Once upon a time, in a village called Agulu, there lived a girl named Ada. Her father passed when she was 12 years old, and the only person responsible for her was her mother, Ifeoma. After her father died, things became difficult for Ada. Her mom treated her like a maid, and on several occasions, her mom would eat her and say she regretted birthing her. She would go to do minor works so she could eat and also make her mother happy. But her mother never appreciated it. One day, Ifeoma sent Ada to fetch water at the village stream. On her way there, she met some thugs on the road who were harassing her, so she decided to go back home. On her way home, she remembered that her mother would not believe her and think she's lying and doesn't want to fetch the water. So she decided to pass the longer route, which made her get home late. When she got home, it was already late. Her mother said she was lying, and she scolded her that night. The next day, she went to her mom's to apologize for what happened the night before. But instead of her mom accepting her apology, she started blaming her for her father's death. Because Adam went to buy food for her, and on his way back home, got bitten by a snake which led to his death. And that was why they are struggling. Ada went to the back of the house to cry for hours after what her mom said to her. 2 years later, her mom had a boyfriend whose name is Chinedu. Chinedu is one of the most arrogant men in the village. No one ever tried to mess with him or come close in contact with him. They greeted him from afar. He's the title chief in the village, which was the main reason Ifeoma started dating him. Though it doesn't like Ada, but it doesn't matter to Ifeoma because she wants his money and isn't a fan of Ada too. On several occasions, Chinedu would make advances at Ada who was only a minor. Ada would tell her mom and she would scold her saying she doesn't want her happiness and ignore whatever Ada tells her about that informant. One fateful day, Chinedu came to visit Ifeoma and she wasn't at home, but Ada was. He asked for her mother and she told him that she has gone to the market and won't be coming back soon. Chinedu insisted on waiting for her mother to get back. Ada was scared of staying at home with Chinedu alone because on several occasions he had made advances at her, which she had told her mom, but didn't do anything about it. Ada decided to go sit outside the house until her mother come back. As she was going to sit, Chinedu called her to come sit with him and have a conversation. At this point, she was shaking and shivering with sweat all over her body. As he was about to touch her, her mother came in. Ada saw her mother and immediately asked why she was back home early. And she said she did not want to go to the market again, and she doesn't have enough money with her. Ifeoma noticed the tension in the room but didn't care. She gave Ada the money to go to the market and stayed with Chinedu. A year later, Ifeoma got married to Chinedu, and Ada also became his responsibility. Ada's life became more complicated than it was before. She became a shadow of herself and didn't have any friends because no one wanted the famous trouble in the village. Everybody in the village knows how wicked she is to her daughter, even though Ada is her only child. They didn't want her trouble, so they warned their kids about making friends with Ada. This often made Ada very sad because she never had friends because of her mother. One day, Ada went to the market to get food and she would cook for dinner. She saw her stepfather entering a woman's house, but she didn't bother following him. When she got home, she asked her mom if she was aware of him going to meet another woman. From the shock on Ifeoma's face, Ada could tell that her mom was unaware of it. She left her mother's presence to go make dinner. While she was making dinner, Chinedu arrived. Immediately, Ifeoma asked him where he was coming from, and he told her he was coming from a meeting at the palace with the king. Ifeoma knew he was lying, so she told him that on Ada's way to the market, she said she saw him enter another woman's house, and he denied it. When Ada was done cooking, they all ate and went to bed. When Chinedu saw that Ifeoma was fast asleep, he went to Ada's room to threaten her that if she ever tried what she did earlier, he would chase her and her mother out of the house, and they would go back to how they were. Ada did not want her mother to glimmer again, so she considered. The next morning, after Ada had said her prayers, she went to her mother to apologize for the confusion that happened. One day, in the middle of the night, Chinedu went to Ada's room and forced himself on her. She wept for hours after what he did to her. She told him she would tell her mother, but he didn't flinch. Chinedu left the house very early in the morning, thinking Ada would not tell her mother after what he had done to her and threatened her. She told her mother how he forced himself, but her mother said she must not let anyone know about it. In Ada's mind, she thought that her mother would do anything for the marriage, but wouldn't for her. She was ashamed of her mother and also disappointed in her. She wished for a mother who would protect her from evil men like Chinedu. She also thought about her father, and that if he were alive, these things wouldn't be happening to her. Chinedu was consistent with what he did to Ada for 3 months straight. Every night, he would go to her room and do the same thing without her mother saying anything about it. She wished for Ada to come and take her away from her mother, but nothing changed. A few months later, Ada became weak and sometimes felt tired. Chinedu and Ifeoma noticed that she was pregnant. I didn't know what to do. Chinedu told Ifeoma that if she doesn't do anything about the pregnancy, she should wave the marriage goodbye. Ifeoma did not want to leave her marriage because she moved from a widow to a housewife, and nothing was going to ruin that for her. That evening, she packed all Ada's clothes and chased her out of the house before the neighbor and other villagers noticed that her husband got her daughter pregnant. She begged her mother and wept that there was nowhere else she could go. But her mother did not listen. That night, Ada decided to go to another village where no one knew her, named Ugidi. Life in Ugidi was a stark contrast to the warmth and security of her family compound. Ada found herself living on the fringes under the scant shelter of the market stores. When night fell and the traders had gone home, her days were filled with doing odd jobs of meager pay, helping the markets and washing clothes at the river, and sometimes peeling cassava at the local food joint. Each job was a struggle against the swell of her belly and the tightening grip of poverty. Despite the harshness of her new reality, the villagers of Ogidi began to notice the quiet strength Ada had carried herself with. The woman who owned the food joint, Mama Nkechi, who had observed Ada's diligence and gentle nature, began to offer more than just casual work. She gave Ada a small room behind her kitchen. "You are one of us now," she declared with unwavering solidarity. She attended the local antenatal clinic, where the midwife, a kind-hearted woman named Uzamaka, treated her with a tenderness that suits Ada's bruised heart. Uzamaka taught her not only about childbirth, but also about resilience woven into fabric of womanhood. The day Ada gave birth to a bouncing baby girl, the skies above Ugidi poured rain, as though the heavens themselves were cleansing her of her past pains. Holding her daughter in her arms, Ada felt a fierce determination. She knew within her, this child will know a different life, a life of dignity and love, far from the shadows of the past. One sunny afternoon, while working at the market, Ada met Obinna, the trader who sold palm oil and other local goods. Obinna was struck by Ada's kindness and the way she cared for her daughter with such devotion. Over time, they grew closer, sharing stories and laughter amid the bustling activities at the market. Obinna admired Ada's resilience, and Ada appreciated Obinna's gentleness and understanding nature. Their friendship deepened into love, and a year later, they got married in a small but joyful ceremony attended by the entire village. Obinna embraced Ada's daughter as his own, providing her with the fatherly love she had never known. Together, Ada and Obinna had a child, weaving a new tapestry of family life filled with laughter and mutual respect. Life was content and busy for Ada, filled with the joys and challenges of raising a family. Obinna's business thrived with Ada's support, and they were well regarded in the community. Ada's thought occasionally turned to her mother, Ifeoma, and the life that she had left behind, but she focused on the present and the well-being of her family. Several years passed, and one day, Ifeoma arrived in Ugidi. She came alone, a shadow of her former self, burdened with regret. She told Ada that after she had driven her away, Chinedu had grown cruel and distant, eventually leaving her for another woman, who he hoped could bear him a child. Ifeoma's life had crumbled, and in her loneliness, she sought forgiveness from her daughter, who she had wronged. Ada listened quietly, her emotion mixed. The pain of the past was difficult to forget, but Ada had learned so much forgiveness from her own journey and the compassionate community that had embraced her. Ada chose to forgive her mother, understanding the complex weave of pain and regret that she had led Ifeoma to make such hard decisions years ago. However, while Ada forgave her, she kept her distance. The distance they once shared was more, and though Ifeoma tried to make amends, but the little bit of closeness they once had was lost and replaced by a polite but distant relationship. Ifeoma tried to build a relationship with her granddaughter and Ada's other children, bringing them gifts and telling them stories of Ada's childhood. The children, unaware of the past complexities, enjoyed their grandmother's visit, and Ada was content to see some happiness in her mother's eyes. Over time, Ifeoma became a regular visitor, and Ada managed to weave a kind of relationship with her mother that is new, one that was cautious but kind. Ada focused on the future, her heart full with her family's love and support, and also support from the village. She and Obinna eventually opened a small store next to the market, selling a variety of goods. The business was successful, boosting their family's future. Ada's life had transformed from the ashes of her past betrayals to a story of renewal and forgiveness. Her journey taught her the strength of resilience and the power of forgiveness, shaping her into a pillar of community, admired and respected by all. A story marked by both sorrow and triumph.